Hi guys, welcome to Learning, and I'm Lavanya Elangovan, your science educator. So before we just start our class, tell me, am I audible? Is my voice clear? Is my video clear? Yes. Is my voice clear? Just give me one thumbs up so that we'll just start the session. Waiting for your thumbs up. Yes, I got the confirmation that I'm audible. Okay, so yes guys, welcome again to Learning. Learning, you know very well, right? It's an online education platform where we give quality education for all students like you. Here at VISTA'S Learning, we help you to stay on schedule, value your time, and also excel in your academics, right? So do like, share, and subscribe our channel. If you have already subscribed, then share it with your friends, family members, and relatives, because someone out there will have the access to quality education just like you, right? So having said that, let's start today's session. And today's session, it's really going to be a interesting lesson, interesting session, because we are going to start a new chapter. You know very well, right? In my previous video, you would have seen that, like introduction to something else, right? So yes, so this is your new chapter. Let me tell you, yeah, how do organisms reproduce? Yes, so this is your chapter title, like how do organisms reproduce? So first you have to know, like, what is reproduction? What is exactly happening around us? Yes or no? So yes, so before that, tell me this. You would have seen human giving birth to human babies. Let me take my pointer. 1 second. Yeah, I got. See here. Human give birth to human babies. That is how you and I was born, right? Our mom gave birth to us. And then, if you see this, dogs give birth to puppies. See how cute these puppies are, right? See, puppies are actually, they are dogs and pets. I mean, like the pets, what we are having is actually a bundle of happiness, you know. Even when you see them at whatever mood, whatever might run in your mind, when you look at them, the smile automatically comes in our face, right? It comes for me. I guess like for you also it comes just like that. I'll show you the next image. And you would have seen cats giving birth to their kittens. This is also so cute. I like cats a lot. I like cats. I like dogs also. I like every pet. I like all the organisms that is on earth, because like all organisms have got their own individuality, right? They are unique in their own pattern. Let it be the lifestyle, the characters they follow, or the way they eat, the way they walk. Everything is unique. Each and every organism on this earth is unique. We have to value every single life, my dear kids. Yes, see, give value for each and every single life, right? So you have to respect each and everything on this earth, because like as you grow, like you know very well, like everything is their unique different lives, right? Why am I telling you to respect is because they are having their own capacity, they are having their own knowledge, they are have gone through all this process of evolution, and they are here with you, right? They might be there when your ancestors were there, they might be there even in your future, right? So whatever organism you see, please do respect them, because people in adolescent age, no, normally small boys, when they are not only like adolescent, even when they are small boys and girls, when they are walking on road, what they do is like, they'll be, whenever they see a dog, they'll try to, what to say, irritate the dog. I've seen boys doing it, I've seen even girls doing it. They'll try to irritate it. I feel so pity for them, for that particular dog. So please don't do like that. See, it'll be sleeping, you'll go try to people, not you, I know you're good, but still, others will actually, they'll try to stamp the tail, or go and irritate it, make some sounds, frighten it. Please don't do all those things, because even those organisms will feel a particular tendency called as pain, right? So you have to compare yourself with a dog. Look everything as a individual life, right? Respect the life, respect everything, respect your normal, your our human beings, And apart from that, I just wanted you to respect other organisms too. Right? Don't cause harm to anyone. Nobody should get hurt because of us. Have that alone in mind. Everybody should feel happy because of us. We should be there to spread happiness everywhere. And because of us, nobody should get irritated, right? Nobody should get hurt, right? Yeah. So yes, we'll come back to this. How do organisms reproduce? Okay. So yes. Yeah. You will see this. Cat will always give birth to a kitten. Cat will not give birth to a puppy. And dogs will not give birth to a cub, right? Or a kitten or a calf. It will always give birth to its puppy of its own species. How is this happening? Why it is happening first? So the entire chapter, session by session, we'll learn how it is happening, because your chapter is itself that only, right? How do organisms reproduce? We'll be learning like how it is happening. But first tell me why it is happening. What is the need for that? Why it is so mandate? Why it is so necessary? Have you ever thought? Think now and tell me. I'll be waiting for your comments. Why it is happening? See, I'll tell you. I'll make things simple for you. Okay. See, we learned about different life processes. For example, digestion, respiration, excretion, circulation. We learned all about this, right? So all these are essential processes. That is why they are grouped under life processes. If even one single process is not functioning, the life on earth, the life is not going to sustain in that particular individual. If digestion is not going to work, the life is not going to sustain in that individual. So no. So now tell me, like, if reproduction isn't happening, reproduction is also a process. Okay. If reproduction isn't happening, the organism is not going to die. The organism is going to survive. But still, why do organisms reproduce? Why do they consider that to be essential process, a mandate process? Why? For example, let me give you a situation. What if all the dogs on earth decided not to reproduce, or they have lost their ability? Papa, it shouldn't happen like that, but still, what if they have lost their ability to reproduce? What will happen? There will be no puppies at all. Just imagine the organisms that lived in our ancient time. We are talking about dinosaurs. We also dealt about dinosaurs, no, in our previous session, fossils. See, only the evidence is there with us. Not even the organisms are in there. See, you take about this white rhinoceros. Only 2 females are there. Not even a single male is there. The white rhinoceros in the recent news. White rhinoceros are endangered species, which means they are going to get extinct. So no. So if there is no male white dinosaur, what will happen? The entire white dinosaur will get extinct. There will be no white dinosaurs at all in this earth. Right? So, can you understand why is reproduction so important? It is done not to sustain the life of the individual, but it is done to sustain the life of the entire species on this earth. See how such a big creation, right? Such a big terminology, right? Yes. So that is why this is given in a separate chapter for you. And in this age, so that you will understand the importance of reproduction, and you will understand the goodness of reproduction, and how you were born, how your brother was born, your sister was born, or even how I was born, right? Yeah, even this is a magical topic actually. I'll always say evolution to be a magical topic, right? Even this is like that. So next. Now, I just wanted you to make a note of this definition for reproduction, okay? Yeah. The definition goes like this. It is a biological process by which an organism reproduces an offspring who is biologically similar to the organism. Of course, it's going to be like that only. If a dog is going to reproduce, it's going to reproduce to a puppy. It is creating something like a copy, carbon copy. It is creating its own copy. Cat is going to create its own copy, yes or no? See, if a kitten is walking to you, you will very well know it is a baby of a mother cat. How? Because it is having all the features just like that. The nose, eyes, if you see the ears, legs, everything will resemble the mother cat. With that only you will come to know, okay, fine, this is a kitten, yes or no? Yes. If cow is giving birth to a calf, the baby calf, when you see, you will know, okay, fine, all the features are resembling its mom. So the mother is sharing something to the calf, to its offspring. Right. So what is it sharing? What is it sharing? It is sharing its characters. Right? Yeah, it is sharing its characters. See, that is why we were dealing about heredity and evolution lesson before. So that when we are discussing about this reproduction, you will get a very good idea because we have already dealt that, right? Yeah. See, if you haven't watched those videos, the description, it will be given in the description below. You can look through the entire chapter of heredity and evolution. Okay, and then you can come back to this reproduction because it will be like a overview there. Okay, so if you feel like, okay, fine, no, I will just proceed from here, then that's good, we'll just proceed. Clear? Yes? Yeah, I'm getting messages. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, Ashwant. Yeah, so next we'll just move. So where is this information getting passed? Where is the information first present? You know this. So just look at this. So this is a cell, right? And here this is a nucleus. You can see the pointer, right? Yes, you can see the pointer, right? Yeah, look there. So this is a nucleus, okay? So inside the nucleus there is a network of something. Okay, you have to tell me like what is that something. I'll give you time. Okay, so here inside this network only the information is carried. Yes, right? So this is an entire cell, normal cell, okay? Normal body cell, okay? Body cell, it might be a plant or an animal, that is irrespective of that. Now we are just like, instead of just thinking of plant, animal, other organisms, we are plainly thinking about reproduction only. How is the reproduction majorly happening or how it is exactly happening, okay? Enough. This is a cell. So inside the cell, there is a nucleus that you know very well. So inside the nucleus, some thread like something is there, thread like something. So what is that something? Think and tell me. It starts with C. I'll be waiting for your answer. Yeah. So it is called as a chromosome. Clear? So yes, chromosome. This one, this thread-like structure is this. If you see here, so this chromosome. So it is highly coiled structure. Okay, it will be tightly packed, highly coiled. So when you are unwinding it, you can see the filaments coming out. So what is that filament? That filament is nothing but this DNA. Clear? I'll just show you here. Yeah, see? So this is the DNA which is tightly packed in the proteins. Okay, so here all these ball-like structure you can see, right? So these balls are histone proteins which bonds this DNA. So DNA is actually, so this one. Can you see this double helix which is going here, there? Yeah. So this is the DNA there. Okay, deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, which contains the information of everything, from where it is getting transferred from the one generation to other generation. So the information is passing through this DNAs only, because during fertilization this DNA is getting shared from the mother and dad, and then it gets fused. Is that clear? Okay. Yes. So yes. So information is passing through DNA. So the mother cat is passing the information to its kitten through the DNA only. Okay. Clear? Yes. Shall we proceed? Next. Yes. So this cell. So initially what will happen? One cell is there. Okay. So this is the entire cell. So inside the cell, of course, this chromosomes will be there. When this cell decides to divide, so this cell basically it's completely matured. So it is doing all its function on its own. It is eating, digesting, it is free living. Okay. So now it is completely matured. So after it is mature, now when the conditions are favorable, it will start dividing. So basically, initially, it will start dividing into two, like this. So both the cells will contain the information from this particular cell, because this cell is completely dividing into two. Okay, so this is a basic idea of reproduction. Okay, so this reproduction might take place in two different ways. One, asexual. The second is sexual. Clear? Yeah. So what is meant by asexual and sexual? So here asexual means only one parent is involved. Okay, so only one parent. So when we are talking about sexual reproduction, two parents are involved. Right? So sexual reproduction is something where the complexity increases. So asexual reproduction is completely simple. Very, very simple. But sexual, it is complex. So first we'll deal with the asexual and then we'll go to the sexual reproduction part. Okay. So in asexual reproduction, as I said, only one parent is involved. So that single parent is going to produce its offspring. Okay. So for the single parent to produce offspring, there are different methods that it undergoes. Different processes, different procedures are taking place. So I'll just show you that. First, you just have to know like what all will happen in a asexual reproduction. What are the basic criteria that we have to follow? Okay, so now, no fusion of gametes. So what is a gamete? So gamete is a cell which contains the information during the sharing, right? So here there is no fusion of gametes, no change in the number of chromosomes. The chromosomes we studied in Heredity and Evolution. Do you remember? Just recall, no? We studied like the tall trait, the shorter trait. When we are cross-pollinating, it will share its, we said. Do you remember? Recall? Yeah? Are you getting it? Good. See here, no change in the number of chromosomes when it is coming for a asexual reproduction, because it is going to create its exact carbon copy. So there is no use of sharing the gametes. I mean, like fusion of gametes is not required. Sharing of chromosomes is not required. Change in the number of chromosomes is also not at all required, because it is just going to create a copy. Fine, right? So next, third, the offspring inherit the full set of genes of their single parent. Clear? Fine? Is it clear? Yes. So the last point, the offsprings are going to take the entire characters what the particular parent is going to have. Is this fine? So all these three are the three criteria like how asexual reproduction is happening. Okay. So for the asexual reproduction to happen, there are different methods, different interesting methods. We'll deal one by one. Okay. So now, starting with this creature, can you tell me like what is this? It's an amoeba, very simple, free living, right? Yes, and it is one of the eukaryotic cell which will perform all the functions. And this single cell, can you recall this this one, like in life processes lesson? Just recall that, no? Because we studied about this amoeba and paramecium. So this amoeba undergoes, we said like it undergoes holozoic mode of nutrition, which means the digestion, I mean like the nutrition process in a human and in this amoeba is same. Even amoeba is going to undergo all the 5 modes of nutrition, right? The holozoic method, ingestion, digestion, excretion, assimilation, absorption, the 5. Yeah, holozoic mode of nutrition. See, just listen, just think. This single cell amoeba, the free living water body, I mean like it always lives in water only mostly. And there it will feed the paramecium and it is happily in its own state, right? So this amoeba is going to undergo a reproduction now. Okay, normal reproduction. So you know very well this is a single cell, right? So this single cell is going to get divided. So here a normal, very basic cell division is only going to happen. But why are we considering this under reproduction? Think and tell me, no? I'll just wait for the answer. Think. See, here in case of amoeba, we are saying this to be like, though it is a very single cell and it is undergoing a very normal cell division, okay? We are considering this to be reproduction because the entire amoeba is only one cell. When the entire amoeba is going to be just a single cell, the division, like whatever division it let it undergo, it's going to develop into an individual organisms. When this division is undergoing, I mean like after undergoing a division, it is developing into an individual organism with all the characters from the parent, you consider that to be reproduction only. Is that clear? Yes? Fine? Yeah. So first you just have to know this fission. So fission is nothing but splitting apart. Okay, cutting, splitting, just have splitting in your mind, that is fine. So this fission can be of two types. One, binary fission, and the two, multiple fission. So binary, you know, bi means it is two, okay, which means like it is going to get divided into two. Multiple fission means it's going to get divided into many. That's all, very simple. Clear? Note it down. So fission means nothing but it is splitting, okay. So fission, it can happen like it can be binary fission, it can be multiple fission, it can be either. So now we'll be discussing about the binary fission in amoeba only. So this parent amoeba, in the first step, it is fine, normal, okay, in its own condition. So now it is completely mature. So as it is completely mature, it is deciding itself to split apart. So the first step, what it will do is like it will split with this nucleus, within this nucleus. First the nucleus will only split. Okay, taking all the chromosomes with itself. So the chromosomes are thread-like structures, no? They will undergo this, all those process like bundling up, which we'll study in the mitosis. Do you remember that mitosis? So then what will happen? It will divide into two like this. So when it is dividing this wholesome nucleus, it's dividing into two like this. Here also it will have equal number of chromosomes, equal amount of chromosome. Here also it will be equal amount of chromosome. Both will have equal amount of chromosomes, which is enveloped in the nucleoplasm. Clear? Just like this. Correct? Elongation of the nucleus, and then the nucleus will split. So as the nucleus is elongating, what will happen is like, can you see this one, this groove? So this groove is nothing but where the cytoplasm will come inside. Okay, there you can see the structure. So here, from this point and this point, it is getting inside, inwards, which means it is getting inwards and it will get cut in this particular place. Here it will get cut. So for that only, this cell wall is pointing towards inside, making the cytoplasm go on either side. Is it clear? So next, see, now the nucleus is completely split, and this, as the nucleus is split, the cytoplasm will follow. So cytoplasm will go on both the sides. The cell wall will come together, close together. As the cell wall comes together like this closed, it will detach itself, and this will become a free amoeba, and this will become a free amoeba. Clear? Fine? Very simple. It is splitting up of amoeba, that's all. But how is it getting split? We are not going and getting it cut, right? So it is splitting on its own decision. So when it is splitting on its own decision, what is happening? First step, elongation of the nucleus. Before, when the nucleus is getting elongated, the chromosomes will actually bundle up here, and it will be equally split in both the nucleus in the extreme position. And then there will be a groove which is going in the middle, see here. So this groove, it will actually develop inward. As it is developing inward, it will split. Okay, the cell walls will come in contact, then it will detach like this. Then this amoeba will be free and this will be free. So daughter to daughter cells. Clear? Fine. So next one. Binary fission in Leishmania. Leishmania is actually a microscopic organism which will cause a very, oh my god, deadly disease called as Kala Azar. You have learned about this, right? Kala Azar, yeah. So this Leishmania will also undergo binary fission. But here, one beauty is this. See, can you see this organism structure? It is so slender, having one flagella also. So this flagella has all, I mean like, that also should get divided, right? So the first step, it will concentrate on the flagella. Can you see some new flagellas growing here? So this flagella will develop. As this flagella is developing, the same process that happened in amoeba, here also the nucleus, first it will elongate and then it will divide. Okay, and then what will happen? The groove will start developing from this place. See, flagella is also developing, the nucleus is apart. Now the fission will take place from here, I mean from the bottom of the organism like this. See, so from here the fission will slowly develop, and as it is developing, where is my pen? I'll just take my pen, okay? Yeah. So as the fission is developing, it will slowly go like this. Okay, so it will make sure on both the side the flagella is there and both the side the nucleus is there. Then it will become like this, and here it will detach together totally, and each will become an individual organism, and they'll start spreading diseases. Okay, so this is a binary fission in Leishmania. So next, multiple fission. We studied about binary fission. Binary fission dividing into two. Now multiple fission. Multiple fission means it should divide into more, right? So here, this will happen in Plasmodium, it will happen in Amoeba, it will happen in every way. So what will happen is, like, when the conditions are favorable, when the conditions are not favorable, this nucleus will form a very thick wall. Here the cell wall will be very, very thick, which means here, can you see the density of this one, thickness here? See how thick it is. It will become very thick, which will form as a cyst. Clear? So it will form just like a very hard substance, and inside which the nucleus will start developing so much. The nucleus, as it is developing, it will be getting divided too much. You can see everything here is a nucleus. Everything here is a nucleus. As the nucleus is getting divided, what will happen is, like, nucleus will be there and some cytoplasm will cover it. Again, nucleus, some cytoplasm, nucleus, some cytoplasm. So it will cover like that. So each and every nucleus will have a cytoplasm around it. So when conditions are favorable, this will break open and all the small daughter cells will be released. Okay, this is common in Amoeba also. Okay, so here first step is, like, when the conditions are not favorable, it will form a very strong cyst upon itself. And then what will happen is, like, inside which the cells will be so small. The nucleus will be undergoing a fission multiple times, like small dots it will develop. As it is developing into small dots, some cytoplasm will get accumulated to each one of it. As the cytoplasm is getting accumulated around each and every nucleus, when the conditions are favorable, it will break open and all the daughter cells are released out. Clear? Fine? Good. So next. Yeah. So here, this is a next process which is called as budding. You would have heard this word, bud, rose bud, we say. All the flowers will become a bud and then only it will bloom, right? Same process. Here also some bud is coming from the parent body, and that bud will slowly develop. It will detach from the parent body, start growing as an individual organism. Very simple. See here. This is Hydra, you know, right? See, this is a first step. Can you see a very small bud here? Huh? Yeah. So as the bud is forming, what will happen is, like, the nucleus will be pushed into this small bud. It will just push through this. And next, the tentacles will start forming in this bud. Small baby tentacles will be there. Then slowly it will start growing into the entire parent body will start supplying nutrients for it, so that the tentacles will grow. The body part also will start growing. Excuse me. And then last, what will happen when the conditions are favorable, it will detach in this part. It will get cut, that's all, detach, okay. So it will get cut, it will go and search for a place here on a moist soil, and it will start growing, it will start developing, right. So this process is called as budding in Hydra. Clear, right? So next, this one, Spirogyra. You would have heard about this, right? Spirogyra is an algae, very long filamentous structure algae. Yes. So here, fragmentation. What does this word mean? Or what do you understand by this word fragmentation? Fragments, we say for the broken pieces, right? Same thing. So here, something, the parent body is going to get cut on its own. Okay, accidentally or on its own. It can happen by any way. So once it is getting cut, what will happen? Each and every part will start growing into an organism. Yes, see? See here. Yeah, where's my pen? Yeah. This is the nucleus, septum is there. Septum is a natural septum which is present in the body part, okay? And this is the chloroplast, okay? Because this is an algae which has a capacity to produce its own food. So here, it is getting split in this particular part. As it is getting split, what is happening? This individual will start growing into its own, just like this. And this will start growing, developing its own body parts, and it will start growing. Very simple. Excuse me. 1 minute. I'll just drink water, okay? Sorry. Fine. So each and every part will start developing into its own individual. So fragmentation is very simple when compared to others. It is going to get cut and each and every part will start developing into its own individual organism. Clear? So next. Fragmentation in Planaria. Planaria, you know, right? The eye spots we were discussing in our previous session, which will detect light, very basic organism, that Planaria only. See here, this Planaria has decided to get cut in 3 different areas, in the tail region, in the body region, in the head region. Now see what is going to happen. See, this individual, this middle part, has got the capacity to develop into a full organism. Okay, and this head and tail, look at this head and this tail. It will develop into an individual organism. This will develop into an individual organism. See how good it is, right? So whatever body part it is, from that it can develop into an entire organism. Planarias can do it. Even starfish can do it. If you cut, I mean, like if they happen to get cut in one limb, that one limb has a capacity to develop other 4 limbs, right? So this fragmentation is really so good, right? So it is possible in all these lower order organisms like this. So whatever part is getting detached accidentally or wantedly or whatever means, it will start growing. But this one, can you see? This is a lizard pup. Very sorry, I mean, like, sorry for this lizard, poor guy, he has lost his tail. But no problem, the tail will grow for the lizard because it has a capacity. See here, we don't consider this to be fragmentation. We consider this to be something else. We say this as regeneration. Why? Because it is generating it again. And one difference between fragmentation and regeneration is the cut detached tail. The detached tail will not grow into an entire lizard. Yes or no? For example, this tail is here. Okay, so yeah, we'll consider this to be a tail. Yeah, so this tail doesn't have the capacity to develop its limbs, a head and all those things, right? So only the lizard can regenerate its tail. And at the same time, if this lizard has got cut in its limb, the limbs cannot regenerate. It is having the capacity only for certain body parts, right? But fragmentation is not like that. Even if a very small bit is there, with that bit the entire organism will come. Yes, so that is the difference between this fragmentation and regeneration. Okay, so next, this one, last one. See here, this is like reproduction through spores. Okay, so this is a rhizopus. Rhizopus means, yeah, bread mold. See, sometimes when the moist bread, like after some 2-3 weeks, if you see the bread, some black something will be there, no, on top of it. So that is this only. Rhizopus, we'll say rhizopus, or we'll say it as a bread mold. Okay, this is spore formation in rhizopus. How are they reproducing? Actually, we'll see. So this is a fully grown rhizopus. Okay, so this is something which is blue dots you can see there, no? So those are sporangium, which will contain the spores. And this thread-like filament is hyphae. This thread-like filament, this hyphae you would have known, like in mushrooms and fungi all will have this hyphae body part. Okay, so when the conditions are favorable, when it is completely matured, this will break open. As this will break open, these spores will fly. Why? Because of wind. It will fly, it will go stick on some other moist area. And if it has got a very suitable moist area, from there it will start growing. So it doesn't require anything else except the moist favorable area. That's all. Okay, very simple. Spore formation in rhizopus or the bread mold. So it just has only 2 body parts. One is the sporangium, which contains the spores, and other is the hyphae, which is a filament through which it is getting attached to the body. So next. Fine. So there is one more interesting thing in asexual reproduction. That we'll discuss tomorrow, okay, in our next session, okay. So we'll be discussing about vegetative propagation. That's one thing which is interesting. There is one more thing which is really interesting, which I was really fascinated at, which I really wanted to share that to you. Parthenogenesis. It is not given in your textbook, but still I felt of teaching that to you. Parthenogenesis, something which I was really so surprised when I came across. Let me check, like even you are getting the same level of surprise, okay. So now, so we were discussing about binary fission, multiple fission, budding, fragmentation, spore formation, right. So these 5 we were discussing. In our next session, we'll be discussing about vegetative propagation and the parthenogenesis, okay. So until we meet there, no, I just wanted you to go and see what is parthenogenesis, so that it will be so interesting if you share your thoughts also to me. Is that clear? Yes, very good. So yes, that's all. We've come to the end of the session, right? So if you like this entire video, like it, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe, then hit the bell button. Only if you hit the bell button, you will get the updates from VISTA'S learning. Yes? Okay then. So until and unless I meet you in my next session, this is Lavanya Elangovan signing off from V Learning. Bye bye. Take care.